Diverse, because I believe in diversity very, very, very much. First of all, I am diversity myself. I have blood from 4 different cultures. And so I cannot say that I am one thing or another. I don't dare say that I am one race or another, because I have 4 races in my background. The fact that it is about the space is because, well, obviously my art is space oriented, but I also like diversity in places where I perform. I perform, yes, in your regular stages, in theaters, self-contained spaces with lighting and with, your comfy chairs and. So diverse space, obviously dance, because that was my passion since I was a child. I would get high dancing to the Beatles, kind of thing. When you have something in your system that just happens and you don't even understand where it came from, you just. At that point, it was records, and I would help my mother vacuum the house. And with music, it was easier to vacuum, and then I would start dancing with the vacuum cleaner and have, an amazing fun moving. So dance. And theater, the combination of the word dance with theater, this is something that I was aware when I was in Europe early in my life, but it became a thing of an admiration. In Germany, there was a movement in the dance world that was called Tanztheater, and this is a movement that started mixing dance with dialogue, monologue, scenes that were not necessarily steps, but physical images of bodies relating to bodies, but maybe in a more day-to-day gestural way, rather than kicking the leg or jumping in the air. And dance theater, especially the way that it's done in Germany, always has a bit of a commentary, either social commentary, political commentary, now environmental commentary, and I like that. I like the way that it's done without having to tell you a story or tell you this is what you need to think, but impress you with images that are either incredibly beautiful or funny or just out of the ordinary enough that you begin in your own way. And then there is the youth group, which is formed right now of 6 kids that have been my students for a long time. A couple of them since they were 5 and 6. Then a couple of brothers who have been my students for a little bit less than that, but they have been taking my classes on the side, as in they are more of a ballet track student, but they take the modern dance class on the side because they like the movement. When a person that comes to my class sticks around and I see that they are acquiring the kind of quality that I like to see in expressing the kind of topic that I am working on at the moment, I ask them if they will stick around and rehearse with the group and perform in the next project.
I started dancing when I was 3, but I grew up in a really small town that didn't have an official ballet school or anything, so I always preferred more rhythmic dances like jazz and tap, and I had some ballet training, but it wasn't the strictest of training backgrounds, and so I couldn't think of anything else to do with the rest of my life, so I went to school for dance, and like I said, that's where I first started taking modern at UT, which is a pretty modern-based dance school.
Yeah, I think with modern dance, it's more based on something that is more in the current world, you know, the current real world of a gesture you might make. If you're impatient, you'd be like, come on, let's go here, you know, thing like that. So, as opposed to, is she not?
The traditional ballet classics, the works of art that we all know from ballet, are all stories. This one, like the Nutcracker, Don Quixote, all of those classical works that people know well and understand because they already know the story, admire because they're beautiful in the story and in the view of bodies doing beautiful things. But modern dance, which is what I do, has the freedom to allow you to, yes, tell a story or go completely abstract. Yes, have a narrative, even if it's not a storyline per se, but a theme that you build images to present in many different ways, or go completely into art for art's sake, no content, no but itself.
Visually, what you see is two women that are trying pretty much to examine each other, maybe, as the way that you examine yourself in the mirror. So you see the two figures moving in the same direction as mirror image, and then approaching each other a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. And then it becomes a bit of a struggle. Are we going to hold on to each other? Are we going to try to pull away from each other? Is this a relationship of you are part of me, or is this a relationship of you are the part of me that I don't want right now?
I guess in the storyline, it's sort of a realization that either we all could be the same person, or we all are different people that need each other.
Yeah.
So we recognize each other by holding hands and looking at each other, and then just kind of form this one mass.
I liked it before then that we synchronized in a way, you know, the backs and the force and the rounds were going from being more separated to synchronized.